Hey guys, it's Britt. Tonight I'm here to talk to you about toxic positivity on the internet specifically. I had some thoughts, so if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so the idea for this video came up a couple of weeks ago. I've seen this over covering the anti-MLM stuff. I've seen it a lot, and I've seen it on YouTube in general. I think that there's this misconception that if you are a realist or someone who is very honest about how you feel about certain things, whether it's negative or indifferent, if it's not positive, then you can be labeled as a negative Nancy or rude or arrogant or whatever. And as most of you know, I'm a pretty matter-of-fact kind of person, especially with the topics that I cover here on my channel. I'm not going to paint something in a positive light if it's not. And I usually do commentary about social topics that are sometimes a little bit heavier in nature, a little bit more serious, and there's no way to paint some of these topics or people in a positive light when in fact a lot of their behaviors are bad, and I'm going to look at them for what they are and we're going to talk about it. That can be misconstrued by some people, and just because you feel this way, you are not a negative Nancy. You're not sensitive Susan or whatever they want to call you. But I want to talk about this because I think sometimes when you spend time online, and whether you are in front of the camera or just someone who watches YouTube and takes in content, even if it's a comment, you can be pegged to be a negative person, even if you're not. And, toxic positivity is, alive and well. And it's not just with MLM Huns. It's not just with people on YouTube. It's with, everyone everywhere. And I don't agree with it. So we're going to talk about it. I'm going to read parts of this article. I will link the article down below in case you guys want to read it. It's in its entirety. But it starts out by saying, toxic positivity is the belief that no matter how dire or difficult a situation is, people should maintain a positive mindset. It's a good vibes only approach to life. And while there are benefits to being an optimist and engaging in positive thinking, toxic positivity instead rejects difficult emotions in favor of a cheerful, often falsely positive facade. And I think that this is super interesting. If you tie this back to a lot of the topics that commentary channels discuss, it is, you're talking about this and you're just being a hater. You're just being negative. I think one thing that a lot of viewers and just people online forget about YouTubers is that you only see a fraction of what that YouTuber allows you to see. Obviously, some more than others. And for commentary channels, a lot of times it's sitting down, talking about a topic, and moving on. Some commentary channels don't integrate other parts of their life. My channel, I make sure that I do my commentary, but I also do my little car chats and do some makeup videos and mix it up, because I want you guys to see different sides of my personality. I want you to see what I'm doing on a Tuesday evening, run into Target to go buy stuff or whatever it is. I also realize that my highest view videos are commentary videos, and if someone doesn't care to do the research and they just come and listen to one of my commentary videos on the Ace family, then they're going to label me as being negative because they didn't care to do the homework to watch all of the rest of my content, and all that they see is me hating on one of their faves. Therefore, I'm a negative Nancy off the bat. We all know that having a positive outlook on life is good for your mental well-being. The problem is that life isn't always positive. We all deal with painful emotions and experiences. And I think that's the thing. You can be a realist and you can also not subscribe to toxic positivity. You can look at things as what they are. I know that a lot of people always say, oh, well, you have to look at the glass as half full, not half empty. I look at the glass for whatever it is, and I make the best out of that situation. But I'm also not going to look at a glass that is a third full and be like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm going to look and see how I can fill it up. But in the meantime, I'm also going to look at it as being a third full because I'm just a realist and that's just me. Okay, forms of toxic positivity. When something bad happens, such as losing your job, people tell you just stay positive or look on the bright side. While such comments are often meant to be sympathetic, they can also be a way of shutting down anything you might want to say about what you are experiencing. After experiencing some type of loss, people will tell you everything happens for a reason. While people often make such statements because they believe they are comforting, it is also a way of avoiding someone else's pain. And I think this can also be tied back to the internet in the manner of you're sharing your opinion on a certain thing, or you're typing in a comment of how something makes you feel, and you are automatically told that you shouldn't be doing that, or you shouldn't be looking at it this way. You're looking at it for something that isn't there, or whatever. And discounting other people's feelings is something that really upsets me. I also don't like the way that people will say that your feelings or the way that you're looking at a situation is wrong. Because as a reminder, we are all allowed and entitled to have our opinions, as long as they're being shared in a constructive way. I will always go back to that. You know, don't tear down someone for the way that they look or whatever. We are all entitled to our opinions, and just because you have them and they might be plentiful and very blunt and honest, that does not mean that you are negative. And that is someone asking you to subscribe to toxic positivity in a certain manner. Here's another good one. When you express disappointment, someone tells you happiness is a choice. This suggests that if you are feeling negative emotions, then it's your own choice and it's your own fault for not choosing to be happy. And when you're sharing your opinion online, you are not choosing to be rude or condescending or whatever. You are just sharing your opinion, and you are entitled to do that. Okay, why it's harmful. It's shaming. When someone is suffering, they need to know that their emotions are valid, but they can find relief in the love of their friends and family. Toxic positivity tells people that the emotions they are feeling are wrong. It causes guilt. It sends a message that if you aren't finding a way to feel positive, even in the face of tragedy, that you are doing something wrong. It avoids authentic human emotion. Toxic positivity functions as an avoidance mechanism. When other people engage in this type of behavior, it allows them to avoid emotional situations that make them feel uncomfortable. But sometimes we turn these same ideas on ourselves, internalizing these toxic ideas. When we feel difficult emotions, we then discount, dismiss, and deny them. The positive vibes only mantra has become particularly grating to many in the light of the global panini. During the panini, people have faced illness, lockdowns, shelter-in-place orders, business shutdowns, working from home, homeschooling, job loss, and financial struggles. People are faced with not only the massive disruptions in their lives, but also pressure to stay productive and positive during a time that is difficult and traumatic on many levels. It is possible to be optimistic in the face of difficult experiences and challenges, but people going through trauma don't need to be told to stay positive or feel that they are being judged for not maintaining a sunny outlook. Some of the signs are feeling guilty about being sad, angry, or disappointed, hiding your true feelings behind good quotes that seem more socially acceptable, hiding or disguising how you really feel, shaming other people when they don't have a positive attitude. And that's the thing, you know, with my channel and my presence online, there are many things that I will talk about and have talked about that are more positive in nature. However, when I decided to start doing commentary, I made the decision that a lot of the things that I was going to talk about might be more serious in nature. And I wasn't going to try to sugarcoat things or put them in a pretty package with a bow on them. We're going to look at it for exactly what it is based on the facts and information that is available to the public. We're going to share our opinions and have a conversation about it. I find some of these topics extremely interesting, and just because there are some serious videos, that doesn't mean that there won't be some non-serious ones as well. However, when you decide to subscribe to a YouTuber, it is because usually you like more than one thing that they talk about. You like their personality, you like that they cover this and that and this. And that's never missed on me. I like that I do a grab bag of stuff. But I have experienced, this whole idea of toxic positivity, especially as of the last few months. And I think that this is extremely interesting, not only to apply to your everyday life, but to apply to your time on the internet. How to avoid toxic positivity. Manage your negative emotions, but don't deny them. Negative emotions can cause stress when unchecked, blah, blah, blah. So as far as what I'm doing, I love talking to you guys. That's why I make the videos, so that we can open up a dialogue and we can all share how we feel. And just because you don't feel the same way I do about something, that's what my comments are for. We can have a conversation about it. And as long as you are sharing your opinions in a meaningful way and not being an asshole or calling me names, then we're going to have a conversation about it. That's what's so amazing about this community that I have around me, is that we don't ever have to see things the same exact way. I don't expect that, but I do expect to have conversations about it, and I do expect to learn new things and possibly change my mind about some of these things. You never know. And this ties in perfectly. Focus on listening to others and showing support. When someone expresses a difficult emotion, don't shut them down with toxic platitudes. Instead, let them know what they are feeling is normal and that you are there to listen. And I hope that I do that for you guys, and you guys know that you do that for me. We have an amazing community here, and I love talking to you guys, no matter if it's about anti-MLM stuff, beauty guru stuff, family vlogger stuff, just other YouTubers, all the commentary stuff that I cover. I love to have that back and forth dialogue with you guys. It is so meaningful to me. Toxic positivity is often subtle, and we've all engaged in this type of thinking at one point or another. By learning to recognize it, however, you'll be better able to rid yourself of this type of thinking and provide and receive more authentic support when you are going through something that isn't easy. Start noticing toxic statements and strive to let yourself and others feel your emotions, both positive and negative. And that's the end of the article. Again, I'm going to link it down below in case you want some reading material, or if you're interested in just reading it, the whole thing. There were some parts that I skipped over just to keep this video digestible. But I hope that I am that place for you guys. I hope I am one of many of those places for you guys where, and I realize that this article applies to a lot of more serious things in life, but I do believe that it ties into internet culture and more specifically commentary culture, because there are so many times where you share an opinion that might not be like the rest, and you are called bitter or negative or hateful because your opinion might be a little bit different. You're not any of those things. And you're allowed to feel your feelings and come to places like my channel and share them. And we can have that conversation about it. But I will not, and I refuse to subscribe to the idea that you just have to be positive even if you're talking about something that's more serious. I'm going to look at it for what it is, deliver my opinion about it, and we're going to talk about it. So there's no need to put something very ugly in a pretty bow when that's not being a realist. So either way, I realize that most of you guys think the way I do just about that topic in, specific. But I still wanted to put this out there because I do think that I can apply this to some of my everyday life off YouTube as well. And hopefully you guys can as well. The good vibes only is dumb, in my opinion. It's just a way to discount what people are feeling. Life should be a mix of positive and negative, and you should be allowed to have all of those emotions and share them. And be a realist about it. There might be a part 2 to this. I'll see what you guys have to say and we can talk about it. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.